So hello guys, welcome back. So today we are looking at the meninges, the remaining part of our first video. This is part 2 of video. So in this video we will see the arachnoid matter. The arachnoid matter is the middle meninges of the brain, as we have seen the DAP, where what stands for D stands for the dura mater, A stands for arachnoid and P stands for pia mater. It is a thin, transparent and loosely surrounds the brain without dipping the sulcus. So we know that brain have this sulcus and gyri like structure. So the arachnoid matter present in our brain covers like this. Then it bridges the all irregularities like the sulcus and gyri, with the exception of longitudinal fissure and the stem of lateral sulcus. So what is longitudinal fissure? Longitudinal fissure means by the our median fissure which divides the brain into the two hemispheres. Then it cannot be identified in hypophyseal fossa. There is no blood vessels present in it, so it is an avascular structure. Then it is separated from dura mater by subdural space and from pia mater by subarachnoid space, which contains CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. Then arachnoid villi, these are the small finger-like projection of arachnoid tissues which projects into the cranial venous sinuses. They absorb CSF. The CSF is a main function. Absorption is a main function of arachnoid villi. With advancing the age, the arachnoid villi enlarges in size to form the pedunculated tuft called as arachnoid granulations. Then the functions that it provides the sheath for cranial nerves at their exit from the skull. Then the absorption of CSF through the arachnoid villi. As we have seen, CSF is mainly absorbed by the arachnoid villi. Then the most common function is to protection. Then in this diagram we can see the skull over the this is the skull part of the protection. Then we can see the dura mater, then arachnoid mater, then pia mater. With this all space we called as the subarachnoid space, where what we found CSF. Then going towards the next one, which is the pia mater. The pia mater is a delicate vascular membrane which closely invests in the brain and dips into the various sulcus and other irregularities of its surface. So the structure of sulcus and gyri like this. So the pia mater goes like this. It covers all the sulcus present in our brain. Then it is better defined around the brain stem. Then the vessels in it are important supply for underlying brain. So brain needs blood supply, which is carried by the pia mater. So it is a vascular structure. Then the point comes, which is the telecordia. So the fold of pia mater enclosing the tuft of capillaries from the telecordia, such as pia mater, lined by secretory ependyma, forms the choroid plexus. So the choroid plexus are a structure where the CSF is formed. Then this is the diagram where we can see there is a dura mater present over here, arachnoid mater present over here, and the pia mater present over here. So the functions of all our meninges are: it provides the sheath for cranial nerve, provide perivascular sheath for minute vessels. The formation of CSF takes place in the choroid, and the protection is the most common function of the meninges. Then the blood supply, the only supplies to the dura mater of the brain. Then the arteries it is divided into three parts: the anterior cranial fossa, middle cranial fossa, and posterior cranial fossa. So the arteries in anterior cranial fossa are anterior ethmoidal artery, posterior ethmoidal artery, ophthalmic artery, the frontal branch of middle meningeal artery. Then we can see that the middle cranial fossa, which is a middle meningeal artery, accessory meningeal artery, and ascending pharyngeal artery. Then posterior cranial fossa is supplied by vertebral artery and occipital artery. Then the clinical aspect of meninges, that the first one is the meningitis, which is an inflammation of meninges due to the various bacteria and viruses. Then dura mater is sensitive to the pain as it is the outermost covering of the brain. Then bulging of diaphragma cilia can occur because of the pituitary tumor. Bulging means swelling. So the swelling of diaphragma cilia can occur because of the pituitary gland tumor present in the pituitary gland. Thank you.